Hi, hello. My name is Julia, and this is my YouTube channel where I talk about books, art, and museums. So today I wanted to introduce you to the books that I'm actually going to read the next month, July 2023. I hope it's going to be a really nice reading month because I think, and I hope I'm out of a reading slump. So I think it is going to be like a really intense reading month for me, despite the fact that actually a couple of life-changing events are happening right now, and I'm actually going to work more hours, and assumingly I'm not gonna have a lot of, let's say, free spare time that I can dedicate to reading. However, I really hope I will manage it, and maybe I'm just, read more while traveling to work and the way back. Anyway, so this things aside, let's just talk about books because they're great, and I'm really hoping that I will enjoy all of them. So let's just dive right into this wonderful books, and I'm going to show everything that I want to read this month. However, this first two books, I'm not gonna push myself, let's say, especially for the first one, because this is a work of classical literature, and I'm not sure I will be able to finish it, but I hope so. So this is the work that I wanted to read for a long time already, and this is part of my, let's say, project that I'm reading literature about the war or somehow related to war or considered war novels for literature, and I'm talking about Heart of Darkness by Joseph Conrad. So yes, some of you might notice that this is not about the war. I already explained in my book haul in the video where I actually got the book that I associated with the war novels, let's say, because of course of the movie Apocalypse Now that is based on this book. And although the movie has nothing to do with the original plot, but I think reading this book for me is the attempt to understand how the creators of the movie saw in this plot, in this structure of the book, a perfect or a good material for a war movie. So I don't know, I'll give it a try. However, when I was researching for this book, I've learned about this book, or I would say an essay. It's a critical essay by Chinua Achebe, and it's called An Image of Africa. I actually read it already, but this little book consists of two essays, so I am going to finish the second one just, out of interest. And I think it is a very important essay that points out on the problems of, let's say, racism and colonialism in the work of Joseph Conrad. I do believe that as a responsible reader, I should be aware of, let's say, problematic language that Joseph Conrad uses, so I should be critical of that for sure. But of course, I have some other reasons why I want to read Heart of Darkness, and I will elaborate on that a little bit later in one of my following videos. Anyways, this is the first thing I'm going to read. Again, I'm not sure I will be able to finish Heart of Darkness because I am a little bit intimidated by this book because I think that the language may be a bit difficult for me. But yes, I'll give it a try for sure, and I hope I will manage to finish it. It's actually not that long, so I hope that will help. So the next book I want to introduce you is If We Were Villains by M.L.Rio. I think this book needs no introduction. If you're a booktube follower, I'm sure you heard about it. But this is the book that we chose for our book club that I organized a couple of months ago. It is offline. We don't post anything online, so this is just, for our little secret club. I have, let's say, a tiny experience with dark academia. I've read, obviously, The Secret History by Donna Tartt, and I didn't like it. I can't say that I didn't enjoy it. I read the whole. It was kind of captivating. It seems that it's trying to be profound and highly intellectual when it's just a detective story or, let's say, thriller. And so I didn't like the vibe, let's say. But I decided to give it a try because, again, dark academia is rather big phenomena on booktube and in literature in general. And since one of our book club members suggested this book, I thought that, yes, maybe I can give it a try and see if I might enjoy this book, if I have a trouble with Donna Tartt, or maybe I have trouble with dark academia subject in general. I don't know yet, so I'll try to find it out. Okay, this next read is actually quite exciting, but I don't have a physical copy. I only have a digital copy because it was sent to me directly from the author. Woo! And this author, whose name is Somdev Chatterjee, he asked me if I would be interested to read the nonfiction work about like narratives and stories, and I said, yeah, sure. And he kindly sent me this work. I put the cover somewhere here. It is called Why Stories Work, the Evolutionary and Cognitive Roots of the Power of Narrative. And look, I don't know much about narratives, let's say. I don't have a literature degree, let's say, so I am kind of a layman when it comes to narrative. I know how some of the narratives work, just maybe subconsciously or intuitively, because I have a lot of experience with cinema. I think this is actually the reason why his email caught my attention, because in his email Somdev Chatterjee explained me that he works for a film and television institute in Kolkata, and I thought, oh great, that is the area where narratives and stories, like, it's their business. And I would love to learn from the, person who is teaching these subjects. I would love to learn more. In his email, he also told me that he believes this book would be of interest to storytellers in all media, as well as those who study stories. I think I'm in the category of those who study stories and who also study storytellers. So I think it will be perfect for me to, sharpen my critical eye a little bit with this book, and and continue enjoying every media I consume. This is for this book. I'm really excited about it, and it's actually not that long, so I'm certain that I will finish it this month and I will tell you what I think about it. The next little group of books is actually basically my never-ending Asian readathon. These are the books related to Asian history and Asian identity, and I always want to learn more about that. The reason why I decided to read a bit more Asian literature this following month is that because we're planning to travel to South Korea in autumn, and I'm really excited about it. And honestly, my TBR for the following next month is kind of like a bibliography list for my upcoming trip. Maybe I have some sort of like a self-identity crisis, I don't know, and maybe I'm trying to find out how people figure that out. And yeah, I'm trying to find something relatable to my story, and I think the next book is just perfect for that. It is called Still Life with Rice by Helie. Hi, here's Editing Julia with a very important message that, of course, I mispronounced the name of the author. It's not Helie, it's Helie. So yeah, thank you very much for your attention. 1,000 apologies, and back to the video. I think the description of this book suits me almost perfectly. A young American woman discovers the life and legacy of her Korean grandmother, except that I'm not American, but the rest of it. And if you ask me, hey Julia, so why do you want to go to South Korea? I think this is actually a great answer. I want to discover the life and legacy of my grandmother. So yeah, this is the answer. Great. And that's why I guess I want to read it. Next up is How to Write an Autobiography by Alexander Chee. Alexander Chee is one of the most prominent authors nowadays. He wrote wonderful books that I haven't read yet. And if you know me, you know that if you lay down in front of me, let's say, two works of the same author, one non-fiction and one fiction, I would rather pick non-fiction. So it is usually memoir or autobiography, which is fine by me. I would love to learn something from the experiences. And because he's also half Korean, I also would love maybe to read some intakes on that. So this is the reason why I'm going to read Alexander Chee this month. And the last book I'm going to read this month is The Island of Sea Women by Lisa C. And this is obviously the very direct preparation to my South Korea trip. This book tells the story of two girls who become haenyeo. Haenyeo means sea women. This is a group of women who live in approximately one village, and they regularly dive into the sea in order to harvest anything like seaweed, for example. Haenyeo is a real cultural phenomena, and it is actually recognized by UNESCO as intangible heritage of South Korea. And when I travel to South Korea, if we manage to go to Jeju Island and visit their museum, that would be very cool. Yeah, I think it sounds interesting, and I can't wait to read it. So yes, this is my little pile for the next month. I'm really excited about all of these books. If you have any recommendations for me for my upcoming trip to South Korea, please leave them in a comment. As you might already know, I also trying to learn Korean. It's going very slow, but anyways, maybe you have any recommendations of like very beginner friendly literature in Korean that I maybe can't find in Seoul, and yeah, purchase there and bring with me back. So yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you very much for being here, and thank you very much for watching my videos. I'll see you in the next one very, very soon. Bye!